Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 119 of the Toonami Escape podcast. I'm Greg Zeno. Tonight we have B-Dubs,
Hello.
C-Kohler,
Hey guys.
and it's Imperial Bishop.
I am here. Have no fear,
Get
citizens.
get out, All Might. Get out.
You weren't invited.
You broke the door frame again. You're too big. Ah, man, it has been 3 years since the last podcast.
Wow. Yeah, we
Feels
had our
like it.
time skip.
Yeah.
Just feels
am
like...
mu- I'm much older and have a beard now. Oh wait, I already had one.
Thanks, entertainment section.
And you change your clothes slightly, but they're only different colors. A
Anyway,
little bit bigger.
we don't need to talk about that because we have to talk about this new fucking lineup.
Fuck me. I thought you guys were. I thought someone was trolling. I was getting ready to ban someone. I'm like, all right, where's my button? How am I going to justify this?
It looks like a troll, but it's totally not. And when you think about it, it kind of makes sense.
Most of
Hey,
it makes
don't shoot
sense.
the messenger.
So,
Yeah.
hey, good news. Toonami is now starting at 9 o'clock.
God help me.
Uh,
I already have a hard time getting home before it starts.
Well,
that would have been good news.
Well,
like
it
3 years
really
ago,
starts at
but-
9:30.
I was going to say, it really starts
Yeah.
at 9:30 because they're leading off the block with a rerun.
My Hero Academia got about 2 weeks of being the top dog, and then Dragon Ball Z was just, fell in and is like, let me remind you who the true god king of anime in the United States is. It's me
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, I think that's the funny take on it, but I mean, let's talk about for a moment just the real take. This is
Yeah.
this is my real
It's a
take
huge
on it.
expansion.
When you look at this new lineup, which I'll be the first to say it, Shippuden towards the front of the block is just mind-boggling to me. But
Shippuden
anyway,
is clearly a package deal with Boruto.
I
It's
think
there
so.
because Boruto is right.
It's
It's
kind of
specifically there to be like, hey, Naruto Shippuden fans, check this shit out.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't think that one's permanent. I
The
think
way
that
I-
one's there for like a couple of months, and then they're going to move it all the way back again.
I don't
think
know
they just had to
because
put it in,
when I looked at that
package deal.
list, it looked to me like it was in 3 parts. There's the first third of the block seems to be the hey, you might not really be into anime, but check out these shows. By the way, I know you used to watch Dragon Ball when you were younger, so here's that to start you off.
Here's your Dragon Balls, your Narutos, and your current big thing.
Right, exactly.
Mhm.
And then you got the
Right.
middle of the block, which is
And also,
hey,
all of these are great for kids.
exactly. And then you get the middle of the block, which is all hey, okay, real anime fans, here's your JoJo's, here's your, here's your Attack on Titans, here's the stuff you're really
Here's
into.
new Fully Cooley, by the way. We're
Yes.
airing new
Yeah.
Fully Cooley literally behind 5 other shows.
Right. And then
Oh, yeah, that's
the last third is
Reruns.
okay, it's the middle of them. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Here's your Cowboy Bebop rerun. Here's your whatever.
Yeah.
So that's
I-
that's the only thing that makes sense to me about this lineup.
I mean, the Black Clover before Hunter x Hunter. I'm like,
Oh,
really, bro?
Look,
like that's ridiculous.
Well, like I get why Hunter x Hunter needs to be on later because shit gets dark.
It's not
no,
darker
it's not
than
even-
JoJo. Like
it's not darker than Attack on Titan. The thing with Hunter x Hunter is suffering the same fate as all of those long runners that, once the
Yeah.
numbers are in the triple digits, new people are not coming in.
Yeah.
Unless you're Naruto, in which case you're just, again, exception.
seems that way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Naruto's also probably super fucking cheap. Let's be real.
They stapled it to Boruto.
Yeah.
I also still stand by, without any evidence, that I think that shows like Shippuden that we kind of don't really enjoy. I don't want to speak for you, Imperial, but
Yeah.
in general, I know that we're kind of down on it. But I still think it probably pulls in more numbers than we give it credit. So I wouldn't be surprised if some bean counter over at Adult Swim / Cartoon Network is
Yeah.
looking at Shippuden going, why isn't this earlier?
I think Naruto has a very strong, dedicated fan base that is almost completely outside of the rest of the Toonami viewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that, but I also want to say I think it's gonna backfire because yes, Naruto pulls in a dedicated following, and
But that's all it
people are
pulls
gonna
in.
people are gonna watch it at first, but what's it gonna be like next year, this time next year, or a few months from now?
Yeah.
And
I
how's that
mean,
gonna lead into Boruto? Like Boruto is a pretty huge spoiler. Like I'm not pretty big spoiler. Like, hey, you like
yeah.
Naruto Shippuden? Here's Boruto.
It's his kid. He fucked
It's this
Hinata.
kid. Like,
I mean,
what?
it's not
Like,
that
what?
much bigger than having Super right on after Kai.
I mean, yeah, but it's still the same characters. Like, it's not that different.
Also,
Right.
I bet that most Naruto watchers do actually know how it ends.
Well, yeah. I mean, at this point, you'd have to be like completely blind, deaf, and dumb not to know.
Yeah. Also, and again, I'm
I mean, yeah, they know definitely.
but like you're talking about. I think you're talking about like a pretty slim chance that there's somebody who's staying up to watch Shippuden on Toonami who doesn't know what's going to happen and cares deeply
Yeah.
about it. I mean, I think those people exist. Don't get me wrong,
I
but I
mean,
think
yeah.
it's a pretty small portion of the population.
Hmm.
And then what was I going to say? There was something else. It's just the idea that like, oh crap, I had another thought about this, but now I forgot. Anyway, but
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, like
Well,
Shippuden and leading into Boruto.
It
I
makes
don't know.
sense.
well,
I don't know if it makes
I'm
sense. It's
not
just
saying it's not going to appeal to the Naruto fans, like the casual Naruto fans, or
Yeah.
people just recognize the name
I mean,
Naruto and it's like,
I
oh, I know that show.
well, like,
But
I think it's to
yeah,
make sure that the Shippuden fans know Boruto is there. Like, that's why I think it's not sticking around in that spot forever because
I
we're
agree with
now,
that. Yeah.
we're now in the huge downswing in the story. Like, it's not going to get any better from here. There's going to be like a little bit of a bump at literally one point in the next by the end of the year. I think there's going to be like a small bump depending on
It's,
filler and
it's gonna be
quality,
a small
but
bump
it's
down.
generally just going to plummet in quality all the way down. Like there's only so much they're going to be able to do to justify it staying there long
I
term.
mean, to be fair, like if you go on Crunchyroll,
Yeah,
like Shippuden, for whatever reason, continues to be one of the most watched shows, and I'm sure
yeah,
people over at Adult Swim know this.
yeah,
I look at this lineup and think there's not a whole lot of people. The viewership of Toonami is not actually like watching Toonami the whole way through anymore.
right.
That's
Oh
Probably.
not
yeah.
actually how people are really watching Toonami.
Hmm,
It's mostly just us.
Yeah.
could
I
be.
mean,
It's kind of been that way for
I mean,
these.
even I'm just kind of like, I come in at like, 11 o'clock, midnight or whatever, and I'll catch up on everything prior to that on like DVR or something.
But I will say this whole lineup is mostly to like retain viewers throughout the night. As you have Dragon
You know,
Ball, then you
that's a
got
great point. I mean, it really,
Yeah.
if you look at it from the perspective of like, I mean, I don't think they're looking at it this way, but if we look at it this way, it's kind of like, here's a really good show. Oh, here's a crappy show. But here's a really good show. And then here's another crappy show. It's like, it
There's
forces
actually
you.
only like 2 crappy shows.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, instead of shoving them at the end of the block, it's putting them,
It's
it's
sandwiching them
intermixing
in
them.
there.
We
Yeah.
know you're
So,
going to watch through all the way through anyway. You're here forever.
no.
yeah,
No.
it's kind of like, oh, you want to watch JoJo? Okay. Well, you also want to watch Hunter x Hunter. Well, you might as well stick around for Black
I
Clover. It's
really
in
do.
between them.
I really do wonder though how much. I think you bring up a good point about like, do they even care if people watch Toonami all the way through, or do they just care about airing certain shows? I don't know. I mean,
I,
like the fact that they rearrange the block seems to suggest they care about when things are on.
It seems
Like
kind of
maybe it has more
sudden
to do
too,
with
because
demographics. Like, are certain people more likely to watch
I,
that show if it's on earlier?
Probably.
I think it's kind of sudden too because they're gonna lose Family Guy and Cleveland show soon.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, what do we
Yeah,
have?
I
Oh,
This
I,
is
I
also
think I
coming
think
off Adult Swim suddenly being like, fuck, fuck, fuck.
we need
we
something.
didn't plan for this.
Like
So who actually knows how far in advance this was,
I don't think it was too far in advance. I do think part of it is you can only like the shows they have that sort of lead off, like the first 2 hours or so are fairly vanilla type shows, like nothing overly violent or bloody or, whatever. So, you can get away with, oh, my kid's staying up late to watch cartoons on Saturday. Okay, that's cool. Like,
I don't
imagine,
know.
like,
I mean, I kind of agree with what you're saying there, but doesn't Adult Swim in general just sort of make that a moot point? I mean, Adult Swim exists
yeah,
as a kind of sub network just for them to
Mhm.
do. Like, I mean, Eric
right.
Yeah, but
Andre's show does bullshit like that, and it's way on
But they,
earlier than that.
but like Call of Duty and R-rated movies, the kids still come and watch a lot.
yeah, because
Honestly,
like the parent is still up at like 10 o'clock and they
Mm.
see, oh, okay, My Hero Academia, that's nice and wholesome. Like, imagine them watching like Hunter x Hunter and like Gomes losing his arm because he punched way too hard or
I
something,
I
like,
think
and like it's barely hanging on by a thread. They're gonna be like,
I
nah.
think that in
that's
principle what you're saying makes sense, but then again, don't forget
Yeah.
what times things like whatever that vampire show that aired.
Oh,
oh,
God.
Helsing.
What's
Yeah,
Oh,
Hellsing.
Helsing.
I mean,
I mean,
Helsing.
that was after midnight
That
though.
was 2 o'clock a.m. or
oh,
something.
was
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay, damn.
Hey, remember,
Yeah.
midnight, the usual start time for most of this block is now the fucking middle of the block.
Yeah.
Well,
It's crazy.
I'm just saying.
I think anything like bloody or overly violent or whatever is
We have Attack
sort of
on Titan
beyond
at
that.
12, though. Like,
Yeah, I think anything after 12 is just that sort of, this is a bit violent, a
Maybe.
bit bloody,
except we get to Black Clover, and it's like, oh, like,
like
Black
whatever.
Clover is the
What
thing with
happened?
Black Clover suddenly moving above Hunter x Hunter is just got to be like Funimation and Crunchyroll being like, seriously,
Come on,
we spent a lot of money on this.
hey,
Yeah,
I mean,
it might be them giving it another shot. They're like, okay, let's see if putting in between these two shows that are entering, really good quality arcs can give it a bump. Or it might have just been, Yami coming in, saving the show for the last month, and them going, maybe this guy's going to feature more and people will actually fucking watch this shit.
Or they're preparing to dump 51 more episodes on us.
Oh,
oh,
God, fuck me.
And the whole
the
Kai
ratings,
thing,
man,
the
it's
whole
like,
Kai thing to me just sounds like oh, we were losing one of our Adult Swim staple shows.
Yeah.
Just stick Kai there.
I
Right.
bet there are literally people who will only watch Kai.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, of
it's
course.
going to happen. Trust me. Like,
Mhm.
Kai's
And
going to get the
just
Oh,
like
most.
yeah.
And it's
there
going
would
to
be
be
people who would tune in for Family Guy or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like the diehards will be like they got their
Yeah.
show. The
Like
fact that
now
it
they're
needs to
also
block-
getting the I only watch Dragon Ball Z viewer.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
I don't
the
watch
fact that
Dragon Ball Super. It's not Z.
I
I watch
already know what's
Z.
going to happen. Trust me.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you this. Dragon Ball Super is going to overtake Boruto in ratings.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly consistently. I can see that happening
hmm
over the
Yeah.
next few months.
And I
Yeah.
think that the Kai being at the first of the block just bugs people like us who are, I guess, since the beginning of New Toonami, always have expected like the premiere show at the beginning of the block to be something new.
Yeah.
It's so
Like,
weird to have
it's always,
this.
like, it's always been like either Bleach to start it off or, like something brand spanking new. I mean, even if Kai was technically something we've seen before, it's still,
I don't know.
Nothing
It's
on
like
here
this is
is
like
brand
rerun
spanking new
twice
except
now.
for Foolie Cooley.
yeah. I think one of the other things that kind of like, I think you're right about Super, like the rating's going to go up because the arc that it's going into is very sort of Z-esque in that it's like just purely people punching each other as hard as humanly possible and just screaming.
Yeah, and also I've heard that Boruto, like the first couple episodes, it has a really slow start.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to help it too much.
I'm just waiting for them to I'm just waiting for them to adapt the Gaiden arc because I'm like, yeah, baby.
Well, I think that like from everything I've seen in the periphery, like
Mhm.
Naruto fans are kind of tepid on Boruto. Like some of them
Yeah.
like it, some of them don't really like it, but the only reason they don't like it doesn't have anything to do with Boruto. It's just they're just
Right.
so much in love with their Naruto that
Exactly.
they can't give up the fact that Naruto isn't the star of the show and shit
Right.
like that.
And it's like, there's no Sasuke character being like, I'm so edgy and evil, but
Yeah.
they still love me.
It's only been like one episode of Boruto that I've seen people people like outside of like the usual Naruto fandom talk about. That was like episode
Yeah.
5, and after that's like
From what I've seen of the first 3 episodes, it's fine. Like
Yeah.
it just reminds me
It's-
of original
not-
Naruto. But then I read people who are just like, if you go and you see a clip of that show somewhere on YouTube, and then the comments are always like,
Okay,
Naruto's
first
so much
off,
better.
YouTube comments.
Well, yeah,
No,
I shouldn't have
gross
said that.
mistake.
I mean, YouTube comments are generally the kind of things I would ban on the site.
Your
You know, it's like-
argument is invalid.
I kind of thought maybe those would be representative of Naruto fans. I can't tell.
Okay, you're right.
They might, yeah, they might be. I mean, we've had to, sort of tell them all to shut the fuck up.
And I think there's one thing I think we need to talk about: the lineup promos.
They're going to
Oh,
get
2
crowded
minutes
again.
long.
Oh yeah.
Lineup promos. Like
Maybe they'll do minute-long lineup promos.
They're
Dragon
gonna
Ball Z
have to.
Kai, and next My Hero Academia, and next Naruto Super.
Maybe they'll,
lineup
like-
promos are already like. Let me see how long. Let me check really quick.
I mean,
how
I mean,
long.
I thought maybe
pretty-
they were like 30 seconds, but maybe that does seem
Yeah.
kind of short. I don't know.
I mean, maybe they'll split it up into like, the
Yeah, they're
first
1
part
minute.
of the night. Maybe they'll split up into like the first part of the night and the second part of the night.
No, that's too weird.
I mean, yeah, but still,
No.
or like just chunks.
Well,
like,
they've
here's
never
this hour and a
done that
half,
before, and they've had a longer block than this before.
Yeah,
So how did they do
that's
it
true.
before? Is the real
No,
question.
this is the longest block.
Yeah,
Of new Toonami?
This
Yeah.
is
this is longer than when it went from midnight to 6 a.m.
this is 6.5 hours, or maybe this is exactly how long it's. No, this is 7 hours.
Yeah, I think it's like either an hour or half an hour longer than the longest it's ever been.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it
Well,
is-
anyway, still, my point kind of stands. Like, if we went back and looked at one of those promos when the block went to 6 a.m., I wonder what those were like. I can't really remember.
Well, some of them were like 2 out, like an hour of Inuyasha.
Hmm.
But there were a
Oh.
lot of promos, which is like rapid fire. But actually, I
Oh,
liked
yeah, I
some of
forgot
those
they did
promos
that.
because they got real, like, punchy and quick.
Yeah.
So it might be better.
yeah, they were really
Also,
quick.
do you think Kai's going to get a full opening and
Yes.
My Hero's going to get cut?
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
It's so stupid.
They
Don't
have
stop,
know.
don't stop, we're in love now.
Oh, God,
they
that
have
was
stuck
such a
to this no
horrible
matter
opening.
what.
They've stuck to, no, but they've stuck to this with new shows. I don't.
Mhm.
This is again. Kai isn't a premiere.
You just wait and see.
I believe you. For the record, I agree with you. I just think it's like so weird.
This
don't
whole
know.
lineup, so weird.
It is really odd.
Yeah.
It just smells of like, again, like I said, like a
Meddling.
bean counter. Somebody going in and saying, "This is what the numbers are saying. Do
Yeah.
this."
It also smells a lot of like Funimation, like license holders being like, we would really like some more treatment.
Yeah.
I wonder though.
it's awful.
That's an interesting point, but I wonder if they really have any say in it, or if they even really get.
I mean, they can probably put some pressure on.
I mean, if it's like, hey, we would highly suggest this, or maybe we don't give you a good deal on the next show you want.
That's a real.
Yeah.
I mean, you're making a lot of
That's kind of
assumptions there.
scummy, yeah. That's
But I
mean,
would say,
scummy.
what's in it
I'd
for
buy it.
what's in it for Funimation for them to ship it in early? Really? I mean, they can ship
Well,
it in
it's
forever.
Viz.
I mean, it makes sense in that they want to be like, hey, Naruto fans, check out Naruto's
Also-
son, Boruto.
Funimation doesn't do Shippuden.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
it's
right.
Viz Media.
Oh, God, I
they
forget
don't.
that.
Viz does.
And
I'm
they have
not
no
posting-
Sentai, no Aniplex. It's just the Funimation Viz shows.
Mostly, I'm honestly just kind of thinking that Black Clover's move might actually be a lot of like pressure of like them. I really think they put a lot in. They put like MHA stock into that, and then it failed
Yeah.
because it sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone seems to have done that.
I,
like the manga guy, the manga
the
magazines
push
have
was
done that. The
ridiculous.
Japanese anime
This was-
studios have done that. Like everyone assumed that Black Clover was going to be the next big thing, and then it sort of face planted immediately.
The next
Did you guys
Toriko-
know that next week a Black Clover game comes out?
a Black
Oh
Clover
God,
game.
are you fucking
And
kidding
no
game.
me?
one's talking about it.
A game.
No,
I will
no
say
shit
that
anyone's talking
Black
about it.
Clover's move on this list is the most like the one that makes the
Perplexing.
least amount of like sense to me. I mean, even Kai being up at the front of the block, I can find justifications
Yeah.
for. But the Black Clover, it's only moving like a slot or two.
Yeah,
It
it's
literally
moving a
goes
half
like-
hour.
And just to really weird them out, I'm going to switch these two.
Yeah, it's so strange. It's just there must be some specific reason for that.
It might just be to get people staying later into the night. Because like
I don't
if
think that's
you're
gonna happen.
well, I mean, if you're staying for Hunter x Hunter, which I think a lot of people are sort of on the train right now.
A lot of people in this specific type of viewer,
Yes.
the type of person who stays up, the type of person who watches the
Yeah.
whole thing live and talks about it on the internet.
What if
yes,
it
is on the train.
What if it's the fact that the anime is getting a bit of an extension?
Please
Which one?
no. Please no. We should talk about that, by the way.
God.
They're gonna make more Black Clover.
Why are they doing this to me? What did I do to them?
Look, the line was above the other line, and the investors were happy.
Fuck me. But they spend well, of course they were happy. They spent no
They're gonna
money
do-
on it.
You it. Like, just double
Like-
down.
Perot's secret sauce. It's working. Put the least
Well-
amount of effort into a thing, and then if it
Well,
just
I
does
mean,
well enough,
They're literally recruiting animators off of fucking Twitter at this point. Like literally, like the directors are going on fucking Twitter. They're like, "Hey man, we need some help animating Black Clover. We'll pay, I promise." We need somebody help.
How
please."
does this thing continue to stay on the air?
I mean,
That-
it's
that-
I don't
this-
even. I mean, literally, how do they keep able to make episodes?
I mean, this is my
We-
point. It's like, you know, the Dragon Ball Super, but like issues it had with production are kind of legendary at this point, and yet Black Clover seems to somehow be outdoing them consistently. And it's kind of like
it's what I keep saying, guys. It's the fact that Perot has found a way to produce a show with the least amount of
effort
money,
and still
and then
make.
but they make more. So it's like it just makes money,
So it's fucking Michael Bay.
kinda. Well, yeah.
It's
Or
I mean, you must be
Babel.
hitting some bottom dollar or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
someone's
did
making
you-
money off it.
I'll
Listen,
say.
I
mean,
don't hate Black Clover, but it's okay. It's mediocre.
yeah, I
It's
agree.
not
I mean, I think
bad,
we
but
rag
it's-
on it probably more than
Yeah.
we should, but it is not great. But it is
No.
not like I will say, without going too much into the episode, there was like you can tell like the most of the episode is animated pretty badly, like
Yeah.
like pretty crappy, and then there will be like 10 seconds of Sakuga
Yep.
for a
Sakuga.
moment, and there was in this week's episode, just for an instant, there was like really good
Mhm.
animation, just for a moment. It's so strange
Yep.
that like they would just insert that 10 seconds in there for some reason.
Yep.
Anyway,
Well,
I don't know.
They
It's,
don't have a lot of people working on it. So.
well, just the way I see it is, this is kind of probably an attempt to get Black Clover's numbers up, because it was at the end of the block, and you know people tune out at that point. And
I mean, how many times did we say on this podcast that like, you know, we were really happy to talk about all the shows until we got to
yeah,
that show, you know?
and I mean, how many people have in the thread have actually dipped? Like,
Yeah.
okay, Hunter's over. I'm out. Night, guys. Like it keeps them in there for another half hour. They get the ad money, and
Right.
like if it works, then it'll stay. Then it'll work. But like I don't think that Shippuden and Black Clover are going to stay where they are long term. Like I think they're gonna wind up moving.
I don't think Boruto is going to stay where it is long term.
I think Boruto will stay where it is. I don't think Shippuden's staying where it is.
I think Boruto stays
getting behind 11. Yeah,
I think Boruto stays where it is because it's clearly packed in with those other shows of its ilk.
Like what I was saying earlier about like the three kinds of shows that we're showing,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
we'll see. There's going to be a lot of lineup changes. I could tell, like the next few months, especially
So
with
Yeah.
alternative events.
Alternative was probably not actually leaving the block until next year because they're going to
Yeah.
rerun it.
Oh,
that's right.
I mean, definitely. Like they're 100% going to do a rerun.
Yeah,
I'm not
like,
expecting
that
the.
makes sense.
I'm
Yes,
not
we paid for
expecting it. Yeah, I'm not expecting the block to change before like we do the awards. Like we're going to do the awards and we're going to be sitting down doing them, and then the tweet's going to come out like in the middle of the whole fucking thing. We're going to be like, oh, they're changing the block.
Black Clover ends early next year and hopefully is not coming back.
Oh God, fuck me if it does. Oh wait,
Hopefully.
no. Remember, they announced the new SAO season is being done. It's 4 cores, which is
That's also-
50 episodes. That's 50 episodes.
That's the third and final news story. The third season of SAO is 50 episodes.
And if you thought the last couple seasons had like stupid ass plots, oh baby.
I'll tell you what,
I would honestly, that makes me excited
to suffer.
Kind of a way. Like SAO has always been my favorite hate watch on Toonami, and the nice thing about SAO 2 is that it's always animated really well.
Yeah, I mean, it usually has pretty good animation and music. It's just consistently
it's just frustrating.
like face plants itself. It's like, oh, this show looks really good, and then you get to the story, and it's like, blah, just
it's like how much
shits
can
itself.
how much can all the characters suck Kirito off because he's so great?
Oh, okay. do you want to hear what I've heard the plot summary for the next 50 episodes is going to be?
Sure, give it to me.
Don't tell me. I want to be more angry when I find out.
Oh no. This is just the vaguest shit I've heard. Okay, so it's basically Kirito is contacted by the U.S. government, and they're like, "We're gonna put you into a game. Only the game is sped up. It's gonna you're gonna live 50 years in this game in 6 months or whatever the fuck it is, and you have to raise an artificial intelligence in those 50 years."
Okay.
And then we're gonna mind wipe you so you don't remember those 50 years.
Oh, I can already
and then you come out, and then you're gonna hang out with the artificial intelligence you raised, and it's gonna remember those 50 years, and you're not, and some other bullshit's gonna happen. And
years? Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like 40, 50, well, maybe it was 20. I don't know. It's somewhere between 20 and 50 years. It's like fucking decades of his life, compressed.
Okay, what's the guy who writes SAO? Ricky, what's his voice? Ricky, whatever. Yeah, stop. Just stop.
Yeah, apparently this was 4 to 6 books worth of content. And that's just the broad overview of whatever the hell is going to happen.
Wait, is this the Alicization thing, or are you talking about something else?
Yeah,
that's going to be 40 episodes.
Yeah.
There's a really good episode of Star Trek The Next Generation called The Inner Light. It was an Emmy Award-winning episode. That is basically what you're describing.
Yeah, except it
sucks because it's Kirito, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's also that it's fucking Picard is awesome to begin with, right. And it added a huge amount to his character, and that was a really good character study, and this is not going to be that. Let's be real.
What about Gun Gale Online?
I've actually heard that might be good.
That one was fine because it was stupid, but
there's no Kirito.
Yeah.
Do you think that they would air it?
No.
Because there's no Kirito.
I mean, unless Aniplex gives them a good deal, maybe.
Well, yeah.
I kind of want to know what their relationship with Aniplex is.
Yeah, because Aniplex gets these shows, and then they charge an arm and a leg for the Blu-rays.
Seems like their situation was pretty good in the past.
Yeah,
I guess they just haven't wanted anything recently.
Yeah,
or they couldn't afford it.
Yeah, what happened to
right.
Sentai got burned so bad they started High Dive.
Oh God,
I think
you're right.
I think High Dive happened first. They were like, wait, fuck everyone else. You have to come to us.
Oh. And then they got burned by High Dive, and
I don't know, because it's just visuals everywhere.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just starting to get a little. It's really bloated. I'm honest, it's really bloated.
Let's be honest. The shows that we're going to watch is still the exact same length.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not coming in at 9 o'clock. I don't know about you guys, but
no,
9 o'clock that's too much.
I'm coming in 10:30. I'll DVR My Hero Academia. I'll just do what I've done until now. Because I seriously doubt we're going to be talking about Kai again.
No,
I'm not watching Kai, but I'll watch My Hero Academia when it's on.
Yeah, My Hero, then Break, then Boruto, then Super, then Fooly Cooly, Break, JoJo. break, then Hunter x Hunter, and then I'm going to
Wait.
sleep.
What's between Fooly Cooly and JoJo? I forget.
Wait.
Attack on Titan.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm not gonna
yeah,
miss
right.
Attack on Titan.
Okay. Yeah.
So really, you're only going to skip Shippuden and Black Clover.
Well, I mean, we do that anyway.
And Kai.
And Kai.
Well, Kai doesn't. I'm not even counting. I'm just saying in terms of
Yeah.
actual premieres.
Yeah, just ship it in, and maybe Black Clover. I don't know. I might
I
just
mean,
watch all of
I
Black
thought
Clover.
you would watch Shippuden, of all people.
No, I've
You're
had my
good.
fill.
You're confusing him with
This
someone
next
else.
arc is filler,
Oh,
and the arc after it is one of the worst arcs in the entire.
Oh my god.
No,
Well,
thank you.
no, I mean the next canon arc went on for like what 3-4 years in
Yeah,
the
it's-
manga.
3 years of that, so enjoy.
Yeah, I honestly, it has the next canon arc has this weird thing where it is both rushed to all holy hell and also stretched out like you would never believe and crawls at a snail's pace, largely because it's all one big arc and not split up into smaller arcs.
Yeah, it's like people try to split it into smaller. So I'm like, no, it's a big arc.
Yeah, like
No matter how you cut it, it's a big arc.
yeah, like it's split into acts like every other arc is, but it's one large arc. You can't argue it's not.
This is gonna mess up my entire Saturday night.
Seriously.
I think we all kind of had like a moment where we were just like, what the hell am I going to do? What's going on?
Yeah, seriously. I was about to ban somebody when I saw that. I'm like, okay, no, trolling has gone too far. I'm too nice to you people.
Because I know we said before, like, okay, we would like if Toonami started earlier, like a few years ago, but you know,
It's getting a little too early, guys.
Yeah,
It's getting a
Well,
little
that's
too
the
early.
thing.
Go-
Has
it's
new
prime time
Toonami
now.
ever started this early?
No.
Not
That's,
even.
that's what's
Remember,
different.
I feel like even this year we were like, man, I don't know if we could ever, I don't know, 11 could happen, but probably not.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
9 o'clock.
okay, we won't get to 10. Boom, 10. Okay, stop. Now 9. No,
we've had enough.
Stop.
It is so weird because I mean, like,
stop praying for Toonami. You're making it too strong.
that's it exactly. It's like we're sitting here complaining about like all these weird choices, but like on the other hand, this is really good for exposure
Yeah.
for Toonami, so it's kind of hard to be
Yeah.
mad about it.
I mean, honestly, what I kind of am seeing is like it feels a bit like they might be testing out, oh, hey, maybe we want to replace more of Adult Swim with this.
But
You
at
know?
least on Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they wanted to go
I feel like
into.
if that was the thing, they would have added a new show with this expansion.
I don't know. I think Boruto.
No,
It's gonna-
Boruto was already coming in as the pop team.
Right. Oh, right. Okay. No,
Have a-
but it's just one of those things. I'm like, there's enough like really long running shows out there that if they wanted to, they could just do sort of like the 5-day a week, like 2-hour Toonami thing, and
Please,
still
no.
not run out of.
yeah,
crap.
now that you say that, B-Dubs, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's
no,
it.
we would
too
not.
far.
We would not know how to cover that.
we're gonna
Yeah.
get fairy tale, aren't
Yeah,
we?
I don't think I'm for that. I
No,
like
I-
my
like-
one
like,
night
I
a
would-
week.
I mean, I wouldn't watch it that often, but I mean, like I'm talking about, like kind of like, oh, they're gonna show Fairy Tale during the week, or fucking
Oh,
Kai, or
It might
like-
as well
like-
happen. I mean,
like that long running crap that is either in repeats or nobody's gonna fucking watch
But
anyway.
I don't think that's Toonami then. Then that's just
Yeah,
Adult Swim showing an anime.
yeah, I think so too.
It wouldn't
I
be
think,
like the
what if
block.
Adult Swim just kind of views that as what Toonami is now? Toonami.
Yeah.
Whenever we show anime,
Yeah,
it's kind of funny too, because when Toonami came back, we thought all like more seinen, adult action anime
Yeah.
oriented, but
there's
we've
a lot of
veered back
fucking
to shonen.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's a lot of what gets made and a lot of what's popular.
Yeah,
in fact, literally the only premiere show on the block right now that isn't that is Fully Cooley.
This is true.
What Pop Team Epic?
No.
This new lineup, when it comes to when
Oh.
it happens, it'll literally just be Fully Cooley that isn't.
Yeah. and Samurai Jack.
I mean, I'm
Bebop
I'm talking premieres.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think like part of why I think this might work is because they have said, "Oh, we're going to show different stuff," and
Yeah, what if the Hunter Hunters and the Black Clovers, when they start ending, it starts getting into the weird shit.
yeah, like that's kind of what I'm expecting. I'm like, okay, after a while, they're going to start phasing out some shows. Some shows will end, some shows will just leave, and it'll just get into like other stuff.
Well,
With the exception of, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say like the only shows that aren't gonna end like the next 3 years are Boruto, Naruto, Boruto, Kai, because it's gonna be all of it.
Yeah.
It's like 100 something episodes.
I mean, Super's coming back too, so
Yeah,
it's like
Super's probably gonna come back probably on a different name, so that's 4. So JoJo's
JoJo.
gonna have. I mean, after Golden Wind, it's gonna be a break, obviously.
Well, I mean, they can do part 6.
I feel like part 6 it's definitely going to happen. I don't know about part 7.
Part 7, I think they might take a break because part 8 isn't done yet either.
More like I don't know that they ever do part 7 because I don't know how you adapt that.
That's a good point. I mean, Steel Ball Run is a bit of a,
With the exception of Samurai Jack, everything is an anime now.
Yeah.
And you could argue that before Samurai Jack was added back, I mean, everything was. So
Right.
that kind of also feels like a direction that has been happening more and more over time.
The simple fact is that non-anime animation is not.
I mean, there's a lot of it on
Viable.
Netflix,
Netflix is scooping them up. So,
yeah, like Netflix and Hulu are really going to town scooping up anything.
And the other big chunk is all like comic based stuff, so that's tied up.
Yeah, I watch an action cartoon could go watch a superhero movie, so it's
Well, I mean, it's also that nobody really wants to take a chance on that kind of stuff these days, except for DeMarco and Toonami. Well, I mean, no one on the no network wants to anyway.
I guess I'll end my thoughts on this lineup just by saying, obviously, like everyone else, I'm just blindsided by the choices being made. It's just kind of odd. But then on the other hand, I don't really. I'm not upset. I'm just sort of confused.
Yeah, I think somebody's going to ask DeMarco about this at some point. And he's going to say something.
I'm more likely to believe that DeMarco has been told, not so much told, but like given information that says, look, here's an idea. You guys did see the thing about like
viewership.
Yeah, viewerships are way down on all these kids networks right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone posted not Hellwind. Who posted a
graph?
A graph,
like a line chart or whatever.
Shard posted it on Toonami thread. Yeah.
Right. Like the viewership is way down, but at the same time, like Toonami basically runs Saturday night anytime there's not like a big boxing or MMA match.
Yeah, and I also wonder too if that chart is representative of anything specifically Toonami, or if it's just the rest of the week. I think it's Cartoon Network stuff.
That chart is definitely overall viewership. Overall.
Okay.
Yeah. But
well, maybe like we've been saying for a while now, that Toonami is kind of like the shining jewel of the Cartoon Network when it comes to ratings, and so they're just sort of expanding it because of that.
Yeah, I do think that is kind of the case. And maybe the expansion came earlier than they expected. Like, because it sounds like, oh, we want to start getting some weird shit now. And they're like, okay, sure, because we're expanding anyway, so we got to start looking for more stuff. And then they're like, oh, wait, I thought this was supposed to happen next year. You want it to happen now? Okay, well, let's figure out what the hell we're doing. Like I could see that being the case, them being like, oh shit, they want us to expand. Wait, when? I thought it was next year.
Give us some shows for next week.
Yeah. Like that's why I'm like, I don't think this is going to be so set in stone come next year.
I hope it doesn't. I hope the length of the block doesn't fluctuate. I just hope that like
I definitely see a future where some of this time gets cut off.
Yeah, I'm not sure the
We'll
9
see.
o'clock
I
is
have
going
a
to stick
question.
around.
Do you think that they could ever? Because it seems like they have like the license to rerun Dragon Ball Z Kai. So,
Mhm.
do you think they could ever rerun Bleach if Viz allows them to?
They tried it. That they were doing it for a bit,
But
but
nobody was fucking watching.
I think no, I don't think. I think
Yeah.
Bleach's time is done.
Yeah.
Because they're
I-
definitely not bringing back one. Out of question. That's out of question. So
No, One Piece is too expensive. I don't think it. Like, if they were going to expand into the rest of the week, that's an easy hour, but it's just
I think
too
I'd be more
expensive.
likely to. I'd be more likely to see some other show that is of that era, maybe
Mhm.
that we haven't seen on the block come in.
Yeah.
Hamtaro, yes.
God. I still blame you guys for summoning Bronson Lee. You can't say his name. He Googles himself.
Watch, he's gonna show up in the hangout right now.
Oh shit! There he is.
That'd be
No,
fun.
like he's
Hey,
on
guys.
the train to my house right now. He's like coming up from his from
No,
his city. He's like, I'm coming.
He's walking up the apartment stairs to my apartment.
Oh God, he is closer to you.
He's gonna ban you in real life.
Bang bang, motherfucker!
I heard you were talking shit.
Well, that's 30 minutes on the block. You want to talk
Yeah.
about the shows?
Let's talk about the shows.
Well, I'll just end off by saying this is different. I'm not too happy about it right now, but I think this is good for Toonami long run, and I'm
Yeah.
interested to see how things go in the
The
coming months.
ultimate
and
reaction
years.
is basically, don't forget, you're here forever.
Yeah, we are.
And I really do honestly hope it does, like in ways that we can't foresee that
Mhm.
people who do this kind of thing for a living will help bolster viewership.
Oh yeah, I hope so too.
Just maybe not bolstered enough that we have to deal with multiple days.
Yes.
And like a whole bunch of reruns, please no.
Or I don't, not even a whole bunch of reruns. Don't cut premieres.
And push Naruto back a bit so I don't have to stay up that late.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the block.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
My Hero Academia episode 17, Strategy, Strategy, Strategy. In this episode, nobody wants to be Deku's friend because his head is worth $1 bajillion.
I thought it was because of the urine. No, it wasn't. I like how Mineta just came in like, wait, is that urine?
Wait,
did
look,
kind of
he
look like that.
peed?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like he peed himself. He was so happy.
Yes, everyone has to team up for this ridiculous, weird, only in Japan playground game that you have never, ever seen in the United States.
Tournament arc!
Tournament arc! Here's people getting on top of each other and kind of walking around weird.
Yeah.
I like the idea though that like
it's
like
this
this
is-
traditional thing is being done with superpowers though.
yeah. I mean, it's a nice take on it, but I mean, it's something that's never going to happen in fucking America or anywhere else because everyone's going to be like, dude, like everybody's going to break their fucking arms up like this.
I don't know where I heard this before, but I think I heard that this particular like game or match is based on like an actual like Japanese like game where you put someone on your shoulder and you have to get like a headband off of them or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you see it happen in like the pool in like the US. It's like,
They can fight it.
Yeah, it's like I've seen it in the pool. Like somebody, like the girl gets on your shoulders and then, tries to push the other girl on the other guy's shoulders off. But, you're in the pool, so nobody can possibly get hurt.
I'm just saying when they come back to when they do the sports festival again in like their second year, don't be surprised for like superpower comedy.
God, that would be amazing.
Oh.
Anyway, nobody wants to work with Deku, but Uraraka does because she's a sweetheart.
And she loves him.
And so does May, the crazy scientist girl, who is quickly becoming one of my favorite characters.
Mhm.
Yes. She wants to
I
work
love
with him
her
because,
babies.
yeah. Advertising.
She needs that money.
And also, I'm there. I'm there.
Yes. Oh,
you-
yeah.
yes,
What are we talking
you
about?
are.
You're like his biggest fan.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't
Rosina,
even-
what are you doing here?
I don't. He just taps me on the shoulder and is like, "I'm with you."
And it's like you have Shikamaru's power.
Yes.
Well,
Not.
actually,
No, not really.
It's more like a
Wow, that's-
stand.
It's a stand.
It's a stand.
Yeah, it's- Yeah,
Like, Tokyo
well,
only
no,
has
it's
like
not
a
like
bird
it's not like
stand.
Shikamaru. It's like I actually remember someone having a power like this in something where they have like a shadow that has its own like mind or whatever.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's an anime, right?
Well, no, I like yeah, there was an anime like that. There was a book series like that. It's like it's a fairly
Well,
common thing, but it's still
I'm not
cool
talking
to
about
see.
Gecko Moria. It's someone else.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot Moria
It's
too.
someone else. I know.
Yeah, yeah,
But it'll probably come to me.
yeah. I mean, it's a fairly common thing, but it's still like it's common, but it's not that common. So it's always interesting to see it happen.
You know who else nobody wants to touch? Mineta.
Oh yeah, it's like
Wait. The Dupla Arm guy was quick to partner with him, though.
He had one good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
he's like, you're really big, and then nobody could possibly see me if I'm inside your arms. And he's like, this is a good plan. And they
then
failed anyway.
And then they get Sue in there. For
Yep.
some reason, she's willing to work with this person.
Well, I mean, you just hide in that guy's, his arms.
his arms
And-
make no sense.
No, like
They have
nothing
mouths.
about that guy makes any sense. Like he's got like a weird One Piece power.
Like I have
Anyway.
wings, but they have mouths.
They create this horrifying biological monstrosity that is basically, it looks like it's a weird, creepy hole that out of it come flying sticky balls and a long tongue.
Now that I think about it,
balls.
now that I think about it, there should be one more person in there we haven't seen yet.
No, it's teams of 3, 2, 4.
Yeah, they don't
Oh.
have to. They don't have to have 4.
Oh, okay. Because I was expecting 4. Because I'm like, there's someone else in there. I know it. Like, what other short ass motherfucker could they get?
I thought it was funny that the invisible girl, she takes off her top to be invisible, but then she has the headband on, so it's like right there.
Wait,
Mhm.
wait, are we not going to talk about the fact that she's like on top of someone, but she's naked technically?
No, she has
Wearing
pants on.
She's wearing pants,
Oh,
though.
it's just, oh. I
She's
must
wearing
have-
pants. She just took her top
I
off.
mean, she's a flasher, but she's not a nudist.
She's usually a
It's the
nudist.
difference.
Yeah, I mean, she's usually a nudist, but in this case, it's apparently too embarrassing.
But it's funny because the rule is they have to wear it on their above their neck.
And then
so
that one guy just wears it on his neck.
you can wear it on your neck too, but like,
Okay.
but just with her though, it's like her power is kind of defeated by the fact that while you can't see her top half, you can see the thing right around her head. Right, it's like you might as well just reach out and grab it. It's so easy to
Yeah.
see. Also, who is this cocky blonde guy?
Man,
he's
this
class
dude is
2.
amazing. You will see.
Huh? Have we seen him before?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
I
but
thought-
yeah, also Class B was like, haha, joke's on you. We were just pretending to suck.
Yeah, they had organized a plan to be the underdogs here.
It was like, we will get the middle so we can watch you in the front and the back. It's definitely not because we suck.
Nope.
You suck.
Well, anyway,
You
Cocky
suck.
Kid has got to be pretty damn cocky because he actually got Bakugo to stop what he was doing and just focus on him.
Yeah.
The Bakugo like Kirishima like bromance is like it's crazy.
Real. But also, Bakugo straight up doesn't know anybody's name.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't blame him because some of their names are like, wait, who are you again? Like, oh,
But he doesn't even know their powers, and I'm sure he's watched them use them. He just doesn't care.
it's Bakugo,
Meanwhile,
so-
Todoroki's over here creating a super team.
Yeah.
Who's on his team? I forget.
Ida, Momo, and Kirishima. Oh, man. Blonde DTL boy.
Oh, Electric
Oh
Guy.
yeah, blonde
oh,
detail guy.
Kaminari, yeah.
Kaminari. The other K guy.
Oh, and that does remind me too. I really like the scene where Ida was like, because like Deku was like assuming Ida was going to join his team, and he's like, no.
It's like,
That was really good.
you can't say no. You're one of the main characters. You have to work with me.
He's like, no offense.
You're
but
on my team.
He's like, this is a competition, and I can't be on your team or I'm going to lose. I really like that. I thought that was really well handled.
Yeah. You know, he had a good point.
Yeah.
Like
And-
I really like Ida because he's starting to become like in my top 3 favorite characters. He's always been my favorite, like one of my top 3 rated. But he's like so. He's got that
hard not to
earnestness
like
about
him.
Yeah. He's too
Anyway.
sincere.
You guys want to talk about Dragon Ball Super?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Dragon Ball Super episode 78. Even the universe's gods are appalled. The lose and perish tournament of power. Dragon Ball title.
Also, kind of representative of our thoughts about the fact that like even the gods are pissed off at Goku.
Can you blame them?
There's
Goku,
one person
why?
here who set all of this up where you're all going to die. This man right here. Please give a speech.
Look, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I just want to fight.
Hey, I'm Son Goku. Can't wait to fight and kill you all.
He doesn't even like I don't think he even once apologized.
Nope.
He's just like, I didn't know. This is gonna be fun.
Goku's like, fight people.
Yeah, Goku's like, I get to fight strong guys, and Gohan's like, are you fucking kidding me right now? I have a kid, you moron.
Existential erasure is so fun. But hey.
Before the tournament begins, they're gonna hold a preliminary match between
Again, the furry convention across the street.
yes.
the Star Fox rejects. So
This dude's name is Basil.
yeah, Basil the Red Fox. So that sounds like.
And then
that
the next
sounds
two
like a
guys are
freaking
named-
NES game.
The next two guys are named Thyme and Oregano.
You know what bums me out is that all of those guys from the ninth universe are all these like
You're about to say ninth
characters,
dimension.
except for their Kai, who's just an ordinary Kai.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
wasn't he
he-
an animal character?
The Kais
know.
are a species.
I
Oh,
guess
yeah. Yeah, they are their own fucking thing.
Retcon.
There's some weird destroyers in here, though.
Yeah.
Like
they got
the pink
the
elephant.
robot guy, an
Bozo the
elephant
clown.
guy.
No, that's not
No,
even.
that-
if you
that-
told
that's-
me that,
That's Joker.
if you told me that Pennywise just ended up becoming the destroyer of our universe, makes sense.
Yeah, I'd buy it.
I mean, if you read Stephen King books, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got like an elephant and a mouse and what else?
A robot,
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah.
see that one.
There's the robot.
a dwarf,
There's a dwarf. There's a tall lady.
two different fishmen,
It's
Yes.
a dog.
Huh. That's cool.
and a Karibo.
But they're just all
Oh,
going to
yeah,
watch,
there is
right?
Karibo.
To start.
Yeah, no,
That's
they don't get to
copyright
fight.
infringement. That's copyright infringement.
It's different enough.
It's cousin it.
It's Karibo with arms and like dark fur. That's it.
I thought Karibo did have arms.
It's
just really
small
short
Karibo.
ones.
Short arms. He has like regular human arms, but everything else is just straight up Karibo. But
What's that
I
sound?
like how. Oh, wait, you first, Seacoler?
I keep hearing somebody making like a scratching sound or like a brushing sound or something.
No.
Okay. It stopped. Go ahead.
Oh, me. Oh, I was gonna say I like how they keep having to remind someone, either it's Goku or Boo, hey, respect the Omni King and the gods here. And they're like, hey, Zeddy, what's up?
I'm surprised we didn't get like one of those anime like just constant like reaction shots of all the gods and destroyers being like, the fuck?
Nani? Like, yeah.
Nani the
Go
fuck?
die.
Oh, I thought I almost swore that Boo was going to mess it up somehow. Like Boo was gonna just go up to Zeno and just be like, "Haha, you're so short."
Haha,
Oh,
I'm going to
God.
eat you.
Like, you idiot. Oh
Trust
no,
me,
Mr.
Boo will fuck this up somehow.
Well, thankfully they got Mr. Satan there to keep him under control somewhat.
Mm-hmm. Because Mr. Satan, because Boo actually listens to Mr. Satan.
They asked Vegeta to go to the fight, and he's like, "No, I have a kid." And then
Yeah.
then he's like, Vegeta's like, "Don't you have a son?" And Goku's like, "Goten's too young." Or
The
the
other
other one.
Wow.
Like, your other son has been stronger than you twice in this series. Why
The
do you
other
not?
extremely disappointing one.
The one that should be stronger than both of us put together.
Man, Gohan just gets badly digged right there.
It's okay. He's gonna make a comeback.
Okay, sure.
Sort
I mean,
of.
I'm sure he'll do something, but hey.
Anything else on Dragon Ball Super?
Um. Oh yeah, I like Goku's reaction face when when Beerus tells him take responsibility. What responsibility?
I've never done that before.
How does that taste?
Uh,
Like, he probably hasn't heard that since he met Chi Chi.
yeah, like take responsibility, Goku. Wait, what? You're pregnant? What's that sort of topping? Like what? Like
Hold on. How are babies made?
Bulma, babies come from sex.
Sex makes babies.
yes, Goku. I know.
Attack on Titan.
Yes.
Attack on Titan, episode 40, old story. In this episode, Historia or Krista or whatever, in flashback, by the way, she's telling all the scouts about her backstory, and then because this episode decides to have flashbacks within flashbacks.
Oh God, I hate that
Naruto,
shit.
like yeah, it's Naruto level ones.
Anyway, her backstory is that she was growing up on a farm and her mother wouldn't talk to her, so she jumped on her and her mother was like, "I hate you." And she's like, "Yay!"
Oh
Could
yeah,
you
can we
blame her?
nominate this as best mom of the year here?
That's not a category.
It
I
is
know.
now.
Grabs her and just tosses her like yeet. Like wow.
I mean,
It's
just
like, nah,
awful.
son.
She
She's
just
like,
tossed
I
her.
should never have birthed you. Oh my gosh, you're ruining my life.
She did, actually.
Yeah, she got her killed.
Well,
It's
still.
it's kind of over the top and a little bit. I mean, but it's effective, but just a little over the top.
It's a little much.
I mean, I liked it, but I just was just like, man, that sucks
Yeah.
for them. But anyway, so yeah, she's of course, like we learned at the end of the last episode, she's actually the Rice Queen.
The Rice Queen.
The Rice Queen.
Is it
Whatever.
Reese or Rice?
Her name is Rice, and she's the queen. Historia is the queen. I like Historia a lot. I like that the show is kind of focusing on her here. But she isn't the only person to get a backstory in this episode.
No, Erwin also has a backstory, and it consists of,
Erwin.
my dad told me government secrets, and I went to the playground and I screamed them.
Shouldn't
And
have
then my
done
dad
that.
wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that, buddy.
He didn't even tell him anything though. He just gave a theory, and he started spreading it around. It's like even the idea of like some sort of like of there being some sort of corruption within the government in their own history like is enough to have them executed.
That's all it takes for your dad to shoot himself 17 times and accidentally fall off a building
Yeah.
into a river of cement.
Oh, what a
And then
freak
you never see
accident.
him again. And then the cement catches fire.
And explodes. And Vladimir Putin walks over and is like, "Nobody can touch this."
And
There's a
then
bear.
and then polonium.
Don't worry, I think he's still breathing.
No, that's just the twitch.
Quick, inject him with polonium. It will heal him. Oh no, polonium kills people. Oh well, I am riding a bear.
I wasn't expecting a Space Dandy reference. Wait, that was Space Dandy, right? Because they had the thing called Pionium. But anyway,
Polonium.
I made a
No.
list of everything that happened. So we got Historia's backstory. Mother rejected her. Hanji was a boss. Stuck with the Titans and Eren. Eren planning a coup d'etat. Eren wants to avenge Don Reeves, and Eren's father died by getting too close to the truth.
Yeah.
And then Mikasa was just like, I'm going to go kill everyone. And it's like, you can't.
Why?
Why not?
Can
Because
we
you
talk about
actually
Hanji?
can't.
Like,
But it
Hanji
makes sense
just,
to do
like,
it.
She was just basking in that Schadenfreude, you know. I'm not talking about like the member, but I'm talking about actual Schadenfreude. Like she was just basking in it.
She also now knows about some secret about the fact that if you like, they're speculating that if you eat a Titan shifter, or if a normal Titan eats a Titan shifter, then they get the power of that Titan shifter,
And they
Right.
also turn back into a regular person.
and they turn into a human then.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's the speculation, which is really weird. And
Attack on Titan is the weirdest mecha show of all time.
Yep.
I'm confused how that works. Like I thought
No
Titans
question.
have like digestive systems, so they just
well, I don't think like eat in the sense that they get digested, just that they have to be like
Inside.
inside or something. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's weird.
like it's like Mega Man except more violent. So it's like or Kirby actually. It's more like Kirby.
Kirby.
Anyway, anything else about Attack on Titan?
I don't have anything.
No.
But before you go into the next show, Bishop, you're getting kind of quiet again. Can you check your mic?
Oh man. Hold on. I don't know what's going on with my mic. Might be my connection.
Okay. Maybe speak up a little bit then.
Okay, how's this? Is better?
That's a little better.
Yeah, I have to speak a little bit louder now because I think my connection is making my volume temper on off. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Fully Cooley Alternative, Episode 1, Flying Memory. In this episode, a bunch of high school girls don't want to do anything, so they build a rocket. And then Fully Cooley falls out of the sky.
Yep.
Nah, it's just a Google pin.
Fully Cooley falls out of the sky.
You mean a Google pin?
Yeah.
Someone pinned their location.
I'm not saying Google is Medical Mechanica, but I am saying Google is Medical Mechanica.
It is.
Hey, remember when
Also,
Google
this
ended up
episode
being
of
the
Fully-
Google Empire?
Also, this episode of Fully Cool Alternative was brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
God.
Don't worry, little sweet's just passing through.
Oh, I like this a lot. I really like the characters in this way more than like the first episode of like Progressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really very little to complain about here. Of course, we've all seen it before in Japanese, but like, I think I liked it even more on second viewing, and I don't think it was because it was in English. Although I will say, I think the voice acting was great all across the board. Every character sounded great, but that I think it's just, I don't know. I just really enjoyed this. Maybe it's because we felt a little burnt by the ending of Progressive, but
Yeah.
this is just. I'm so excited to see the next episode of this.
Yeah.
It's a lot more slice of life, and no, sorry, it's a lot more slice of life, and I think that works a lot because you actually get developed teenage girls. These girls are actually acting like teenagers.
Yep.
Like, it's endearing, it's charming. I like it. Continue with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Keep it going.
Hopefully, Fully Cooley didn't drop out of the sky too much, and we lose a bunch of that and just get a whole bunch of Fully Cooley.
I don't think so. I mean, I judging by what we saw in the trailer, there's much more of a feel of like these girls going about their daily lives, but then that stuff's happening in the background and as things are happening and wacky things will happen, but I don't think we're going to lose this sort of flavor that we got in this first episode, because we've seen scenes in the trailer of them like singing karaoke and talking about boys and and having fashion stuff. There's like more of that to come.
And
I
Kim
think
Kardashian.
though this show is doing better in being more about characters and more about their feelings and things like that than I think Progressive, which focused too much on this war between Medical Mechanica and whoever.
Mm-hmm.
And that seemed to be too plot heavy compared to this, where it's more like the girls are just doing their thing, and it like the first series, and then you're getting caught up in that a little bit. I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess it's only the first episode, but I feel better about this having seen this now. I think compared to what we saw in the first episode of Progressive, which kind of was interesting but left me scratching my head a bit.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
Better
I
use
like
of
I like
music.
that there's a lot more references in this first episode, because I feel like that's one of the things that Progressives was lacking on a little bit, because you got the Kim Kardashian reference, you got the reference to rappers and like other stuff going on. Like they even said stuff about travel ban. Like that's like, okay, that's very topical, man. So
We should build a
Yeah.
wall in space.
and make Mars pay for it.
I really think this whole subplot about the 1% going into space to leaving the planet is going to play into somehow into the main story. I think right now we're just sort of seeing it in the background, but I think it's going to come up more and more.
Also, I just want to say
Mhm.
that subplot just screams DeMarco.
It does. Yeah, I don't know how different it is from like the actual how it is from the actual like subversion. So it might be. I think that's a little bit of dub leeway.
No, that stuff was all there. It was all there in when it aired on April Fools.
Or was it? Because
Yeah, I mean they didn't change. I mean they changed a little bit of the dialogue to be a little, honestly, to sound a little more,
Natural.
natural for us, not as literal to Japanese. Like the Kardashian thing wasn't in there, and
Mhm.
I think she just said like something else, like just a rap star, but didn't say like that. But I think the whole plot part about that was all mentioned. So
and it might be some rapping, because apparently Haruko was rapping in like one of the trailers.
oh, you're
they showed,
right.
like, a
I
while
forgot
ago,
about
so
that. Huh.
that could be something. And another thing that I think this improves on from Progressive is we're getting more Pillows music in the episode, like new Pillows music. It sounds
And
good to
done
me.
in a good way. Like the way they incorporated that song into the montage was really good.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, right now they're just building a rock, and that seemed like not a big deal, but it's just the fact that they're doing something that actual teenagers would actually do, like, and it seems to be engaging in some way. It works better. Like
Well,
like
I mean,
like Hidomi. Like I don't really hate Hidomi, but her character was just like too stoic for my taste. It's just way
yeah,
too stoic.
there's a lot to be said about making it characters that are endearing out of the gate. And it's like, I never really, I kind of liked Hidomi in that one episode where she went zany and crazy, but the rest of the
Yeah.
time she just felt kind of boring. And already, all four of these main characters are just, I love them. They're great.
Even though I can't remember their names except for Kana, but that's fine.
There's Pets, there's Mosan, there's Hidri.
Thank you, Grazino. See?
The mind.
B-Dubs, what's your thoughts?
No, I mean I liked it. I honestly thought it was a bit more interesting than the last one. That the characters seem a bit more three-dimensional and well thought out. Like they've all got their own little thing going on. So I am interested in seeing where this goes over the next, 5 episodes. Because I think this is definitely going to wind up being better than Progressive.
I hope.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I really hope.
I mean, they say some early impressions say it goes in completely different direction. I think that's good. Like it
Yeah,
should go in a different direction.
that criticism coming from the type of people who would be seeing Fully Cooley in Japanese theaters doesn't really mean anything to me.
Yeah, I agree. And also, this episode is sponsored by League of Legends.
Oh yeah.
League of Legends. Don't look up what Riot's been doing.
Nope. Wait, what has he been? Oh god, this is gonna be something I'm gonna have to deal with, isn't it?
What? No, Riot Games.
Oh right. Oh yeah, I already dealt with that shit.
Let's leave
For
that.
that controversy aside, I was happy to see that Fully Cooley was getting some, like it in and of itself was getting sponsorship. I think that's pretty exciting. That just that the fact
Yeah.
that there's enough of a, they knew there would be enough of a draw to watch this to get sponsorships.
Mm-hmm.
I am surprised there wasn't a Dr. Pepper commercial though. I really was.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, and we got a music video though, so that
We got two
that's
different
fine.
pillows. Two. It looks like they took a bunch of footage from the Pillows concerts and cut it together with progressive and alternative stuff.
Oh, there were
Yeah.
two
Oh,
different
cool.
ones.
Yeah, there was one later.
Oh, I might have missed that one, but yeah, I liked the music video they showed. It was.
Yeah. I do regret not going to one of those Pillows concerts.
I think I'm gonna say something a little controversial, but
Mm-hmm.
Star Overhead, I think, as an ending theme, visually, I think it's slightly better than Ride On Shooting Star, just visually from an ending standpoint.
I'll
The
actually back
music
you up
is
on that.
like on par right now. I have to.
I
See how it
will
goes on
back
me.
you up and say of the three endings, this one is my favorite. Of the three Fully Cooley endings, I like alternatives the most.
Yes, because I like what they do with the ending theme, where it's actually like it's actually like a piece of paper just superimposed in the background with little animation. They animate it. It's like stop motion, and then they add in like little bits of actual 2D animation mixed in.
And you
So
can
it's
tell
creative.
it was
Yeah.
all perfectly timed to the music. Like the person who was animating this thought carefully about what the little Kana character was doing with the basketball and everything in time with the beat to the music. And it's just the animation and the music go so well together. I don't know. It's just my favorite.
We probably are going to have to bring back Best Ending.
Yep.
I think there's too many good ones now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the one that's going to win. Let's be real, but it's
I
going to come back.
The only problem has been actually finding them on the internet.
Is there any like good nominees for like worst ending?
I have to think about that.
The previous Super one.
Oh no! I want to eat.
1, 2, 3,
I
I'm
want to
hungry.
eat rice or whatever it was. What was that one?
Yeah, that was
God.
that ridiculous one. Just takes you out of the mood, man.
I want to eat rice.
It's not rice. I forget what it is.
I don't know. Someone probably
It's
knows.
stupid. It's stupid. Whatever it is.
Anyway, Pop Team Epic. Pop Team Epic, episode 10, Ginza Hostess Detective. In this episode, we don't start off with the big skit. That's a weird change.
Yeah, it ends the show.
Yeah. Anyway, on Bob's Epic team, Popuko decides to go to Le Café des Zonic, and it doesn't go well.
Does it ever?
I like how she tried to like kill that waiter, but she ended up like get her. And he just comes back like, "Hey, here's your drink." Splash in her face again.
Like I said, Zonic.
Yeah. I know Zonic loved that. He's like, "Yes." Oh no, she's still alive. Oh.
I want you to become the god of slackers. No. Why would I do that? That would be work.
Yeah, this was an enjoyable episode. I actually liked the whole murder mystery thing. I think that's like a reference to some
It's just every
maybe some
detective
Japanese.
Conan
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but it's like the way they call her, like she's a hostess who solves crimes, and it's like I think that's a reference to something. So
I mean, it's
think,
also basically just every Agatha Christie character.
yeah, like a Japanese version of Agatha Christie novels. So Yeah. So that part was really fun, and like this title spoils who the killer is.
Does it?
Someone said it did. Like I think I saw a comment that said, "Oh, the title spoils who the killer is." Like, oh, really?
Okay.
I didn't catch that. Anyway, Pop Team Cooking. It's Seacoler's favorite.
I actually had a big conversation in the manga Discord about this, and I'm like, I actually really like cooking, like comics and stuff. They're like, oh, Shogeki. I'm like, no, that's the one I don't like.
Oh.
Where's delicious and dungeon anime industry?
No, give me the thing where it's like the isekai, and the girl and her sister and the whole house is brought over. Only instead of starring the girl that with the superpowers, it stars her sister that cooks all her meals.
That's boring. Just watch Toriko.
Isn't there
No!
one where it's like,
It's
I'm
good.
in a fantasy world, so I guess I'll open a pizza shop with my elf wife?
That sounds like
I don't know. The one I'm reading though, it's like, she'll make food, then she'll, get have a drink at night, and then apparently, shit happens, and everybody's like, "Yeah, we like your food."
Seacoler, are you there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think my mic was muted.
Because I was like, Seacoler, talk about Pop Team Cooking.
Yeah.
Save
Pop
us.
Cooking. I did notice that on the second time that the Pop Team Cooking intro happened, like one of the kid like background singers like messed up. It was like cookie. But anyway, yeah, it had instead of both of the girls this time, it was one of them with an assistant, and it was like, we're going to show you how to make some really cheap and easy on your wallet cooked beef. And then she's like, no, you must buy the most expensive beef there is.
It's like, here's some premium Wagyu beef we got for 50 yen. And the assistant's just like, that's impossible. Get your own food.
50 yen's like 45 cents, by the way.
Yeah,
No,
it's like
$45.
No, it's cents.
Yeah.
Oh, you said
like
50 yen. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's like 5,000 yen. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, like 1 yen is like 1 cent. It's
Yeah. I know.
the exchange rate is
I misheard
ridiculous.
you. Yeah, I just misheard you. One thing we didn't mention too is at the very beginning of the episode, we have some Shogun-looking dude walk up and then goes, "Hey, I could smell your shit manga stench anywhere."
Shitmongering.
No, it's shit manga, I thought.
No, it's shitmonger.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Even funnier.
Okay, I was correct. It is shitmonger.
I like that. But yeah, it's Pop Team Epic, so those are the skits. There's really nothing more to say.
In the second airing of Ginza Hostess Detective, they start making fun of that detective's name. Just straight up. They're just like, that's his name? That's so dumb.
I think that the male voice actors get a better... They get to do more than the female ones, because that's happened like 3 episodes in a row now, where the female ones feel like they're pretty much sticking by the book to what what is supposed to be said, and then the male voice actors in the second half come in and they're just riffing on things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, they're just kind of like, all right. Yeah, I mean, they're very much like, okay, we've done this already. Like, you've all seen these gags. Let's, just do our own thing.
Also, Daichi is leaving. Don't leave, Daichi.
He's going abroad. Don't break up.
He's starting to abroad. No.
Oh.
Is this the end for them?
Next week.
Fall in love with us again next week.
Does Daichi even like Sosugu, or is he just...
I don't know.
Well, he
Like,
did, but you guys didn't see the episode? Well,
I
because
mean,
Pop Team Epic was over it.
Well,
so.
yeah, I mean, like they apparently almost kissed, or I don't think they actually kissed, because I don't think he would leave if they did. So they probably almost kissed, and oh my God, now he's leaving? Are you kidding me?
Why don't anime characters ever kiss?
I don't know.
That's a reference to a thread on Era. Just no.
I mean, they never do.
Yeah. Well, There's Black Lagoon in the cigarette kiss, but anyway,
JoJo. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, Episode 3, The Nijimura Brothers, Part 1. In this episode, there's Angelo. That's an Angelo rock.
Yep.
yo, Angelo.
You can't tell he's there anymore.
Yeah, he did. He did the one. Doesn't really care about trying to kill a kid. Cares about insulting his hair.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's Josuke.
That's like his trigger, man. Like if you want Josuke to beat the bad guy, just have the bad guy insult his hair. That's a wrap.
Yeah. It's like Kuwabara and kittens. Like, you don't talk shit about kittens when Kuwabara's around, because then he'll just, he'll want to beat your ass.
Anyway, before Angelo gets turned into Angelo Rock, he spills the beans about the person who's running around shooting people with an arrow that gives people stands.
Yep.
And Yaba, in what some people in the thread were saying is a retcon, had that arrow.
Yeah.
Apparently Dio had it on his wall in part 3.
Oh.
Well, that was added by David Pro, actually.
Yeah. Because
Manga.
it does kind of feel like if it wasn't there, it comes out of fucking nowhere.
But now that it's canon,
Right.
am I to believe then that all of the minions of Dio and Dio himself were all given stands by Inaba?
I think plenty of them were.
It's a little bit of column A, probably a little bit of column B.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Dio probably sought her out or something. It was because he was like, oh, I've heard I can become even more powerful.
Yo, I can imagine Dio just like shooting the arrow at a random bird, like this bird. It looks so menacing. Let's see if it can produce a stand.
Yeah, Dio's just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go with the bird. I need another minion.
I'm shooting this orangutan. I'm shooting this baby.
A lot of those stands now make sense if you think about it that way.
Like Dio's just like randomly seeing what works and what doesn't. Like, can a baby have a stand? Let's find out. Can I give a stand to an orangutan? Is that not human enough for us? Okay, well, let's find out. Okay, fuck it.
Have a stand.
What about that bird? I mean, it's more human than Polnareff is.
Oh boy.
I'm upset we didn't see any of that, but
anyway, it's a dude in a school uniform running around shooting people in the mouth with arrow, giving people stands. And so let's play a game. B-dubs. Is this guy the main villain of part 4?
I'm guessing no.
We'll see about that. Join us next week or some other week for the continuation of Is This the Main Villain of Part 4, starring B-dubs.
Like, when the fuck are they going to introduce him? At least with Dio, you fucking knew he was going to be the fucking bad guy.
I mean, technically, he's connected to Dio.
Well, yeah, I know, but they're not
Arrow,
bringing
so-
Dio back.
Yeah, they're not bringing it. But yeah, there's a connection.
I'm just kind of sick of, the whole Monster of the Week format. It doesn't do anything for me.
I feel like part 4 redefines it. Like it edges out like some of the rough spots of it. So it's a lot more well handled in part 4, but
I guess. I mean, personally, I still kind of like part 1 and 2 a little bit better, if only because, it's not Monster of the Week.
It's never going to stop being Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it kind of was in part 2, but it's like a little bit more loose.
I mean, part 2 was basically just the same 3 or 4 monsters, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we get these 2 new guys. You're right. They're dressed. I don't know if that's the same high school uniform that Josuke wears. I don't think it is. But anyway, these guys. One of them has.
They're hanging out in Boo Radley's house.
Yeah, or the Munsters' house, I guess, or something. Anyway.
Oh, that's the Adam Family. Oops.
They've got one of them's got the word million written on his sleeve, and the other guy's got the word trillion written on his sleeve.
And then there's billion quadrillion.
I'm sure.
Oh, spoilers! Billions shows up.
So this dude who fights Josuke, clearly one of the main characters because he's in the opening. I mean, it's kind of hard not to notice. I'm sure he's going to be a good guy. But anyway,
What?
he has a stand that apparently, if he can grab space with his hand and then remove the space. So this is illustrated by when he hits a sign and removes a letter from the sign, and so far that it looks like the sign never had the letter to begin with. What's weird to me is that he keeps grabbing at air and it just sort of sucks Josuke to him.
Yeah.
He's basically just displacing it's basically water rushing to fill in when you know.
Yeah,
Well, I kind of got that, but I kept expecting the street to get thinner.
No, because it's solid, so I guess it wouldn't. Because it'd be harder.
So he's just grabbing the space that's in the air between them.
Well, no, well, what he's really doing, he's erasing the air molecules, and it's creating a vacuum. So
okay.
No, that's not exactly. He's not erasing the air molecules. He's just
erasing the space.
Erasing the space and everything in it.
Yeah. Well, the power of the hand allows him to erase anything it touches. So it like, kind of makes sense for it to be erasing the air molecules because if he's erasing matter it touches, then it kind of makes sense for it to,
right.
Because erasing space is not like matter.
But like it's creating a vacuum when he sort of waves it in the air. It like creates a vacuum, and then this air rushes in and brings Josuke forward with him.
Anyway, this would be a terrifying stand if this dude wasn't a fucking moron.
Yeah, I mean, thank God this guy's the dumbest person alive.
That's how Rocky nerfed him by making him an idiot.
Yeah, because otherwise this guy would be like final boss tier. Because, I mean, this is like some Dio's the world shit.
I am saying, I mean, I know we haven't seen many of them, but I am enjoying these much more creative stands already.
Yeah.
They feel much more interesting than the ones we saw in part 4. Or 3, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, part 3 initially started off with punch things, fire, tentacles, sword.
And the stands get really weird in part 4, but
oh man, I can't wait till we get to Enigma.
Oh, that's gonna be random. But yeah, so this fight it kind of drags on us a little bit, but Okuyasu, because he's an idiot, he's trying to punch Josuke instead of like just erase him completely with the hand. So Josuke's like, okay, dance from some pots. Then he ducks, and just the pots come, and they knock him in the head, and he gets KO'd. Because, hey, this guy doesn't know how to dodge.
Also, Koichi gets shot in the freaking neck.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm sure he's fine.
He's fine. He's groaning.
He doesn't look okay.
Wait, we know. The thing is, there's no real stakes because we already saw someone else get shot in the head with an arrow and live.
Well, yeah, but he got a stand out of it.
Yeah, it doesn't always work. So
okay, that's right. They did say that it doesn't always work. That's right.
But Koichi has his windpipe literally like pierced with an arrow, and he's bleeding out. But I'm sure he's okay. You just need to heal him with Crazy Diamond before he bleeds out.
Yeah, he looks all right.
Oh no, he's getting dragged to the house.
So Jotaro has an interesting encounter with Josuke's mom.
Josuke's mom has got it
going. No, she's feeling it.
That's got to be the title of this episode.
She's feeling it.
Yeah.
No,
Josuke's mom has got it going on.
No.
I like that one, but okay.
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, but like even after she finds out that it's not Joseph, like no lady, no fucking shit, it ain't Joseph. He's not 60. Come on.
And then he explains it to her, and then he starts looking around like in the doors, like where's Josuke or whatever, and then she's just sort of staring off into space, imagining who knows what.
I mean, she's still thinking about it. He's like, okay, you're not Joseph, but you're a Joestar. Come on, you're gonna, yeah.
Like, damn, you're kind of fine. Like,
exactly. Like he's feeling it.
But Jotaro has a way with the ladies,
Yep.
Part 4.
And he says that he's going to protect his town in Joseph's stead. So that's gonna be interesting.
Hunter x Hunter.
Oh,
Aw.
I wrote this down in my notes.
Hunter x Hunter episode 110, Confusion and Expectation. In this episode, the king unknowingly does every single thing he possibly could do to make the plan to kill him a success.
Like unknowingly, it's like, hey, don't have your N around me. It's annoying. But how am I supposed to protect you? Just have it on the first floor while I stay on the second floor. But someone could attack from above. Doesn't matter. I'll take care of them. Okay, wait.
Just don't spy on him and Komugi. He wants alone time with the cinnamon roll.
This wolf dude is like, I'm onto something. Maybe I should tell the other ants. No, I'll keep this to myself.
So I can get all of the credit. Yeah.
It's Rough McGruff.
Rough McGruff as a wolf, though. He's so overly deductive, and he's like, we just got introduced to him like this episode, but he's like practically like one of the main like figures of this episode.
He picks up those shoes and he's like, I'm gonna take a bite out of crime.
He gets most of the details right, but he keeps getting other things wrong. Oh, they didn't. The guy who infiltrated, he must have left through the front door. No. Close.
I mean, he's close, but I don't blame him,
Yeah, how would he know that there's teleport power?
Well, I mean, he hasn't seen any weird, Nen abilities, so like it's not even in his brain. He's not like, oh wait, this is Nen. They can teleport, maybe.
What else happened?
Well, the rest of the episode was pretty buried in sex, from what I've heard. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
I'm forgetting what we're talking about.
In the episode, the weird politician dude is commenting on how the former ruler would give these speeches to crowds and say they were so hypnotizing they were better than sex.
Yeah, just standing up, in front of the crowd, being like, "I'm just powerful." It's
and
like
I'm just here, like doubt, like
just doubt,
massive doubt, but it's just so out of place.
Honestly, I'm just waiting for like the shit to start because it's going to be starting soon.
Yeah, we've been saying that for a while. Actually.
Yeah, this episode was like, last episode was like, all right, it's gonna go down, and this episode was like, okay, it's gonna go down.
Not yet.
Screaming, and the end card is I'm yelling about how down it's about to go.
Yeah, it's more like last week we saw our heroes make preparations. Now this week we're gonna see the villains make their preparations. So it's
preparations alternatively means fuck everything up.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, because look at where Yopi is.
Yeah, Yopi is perfectly. Yeah, Yopi is like perfectly placed. Like they're all gonna pop out of that portal, and he's gonna be sitting right fucking in front of them.
The only problem though is that it will only be him. If they can keep him busy, nobody else will know.
Well, I mean, the problem is all the fucking ants are like gods. Well, at least the royal guard and the king.
I'm excited to see how this is going to play out, but somebody in the thread gave me said something that kind of gave me like a oh no, and it was apparently this fight takes place in Namek time.
Oh yeah.
What happens here is they basically do this time dilation thing where it's you remember how Inception had like most of the movie take place in the same 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And they kept going deeper and time kept slowing down. It's kind of like that, where so much stuff is going on all at once that they basically go like sort of 24 style, like here's what happens in this 30-second time frame, and then all this crazy shit goes down in that 30 sequends, and then here's the next.
Just to get you prepared, like most of the dialogue for these next couple episodes is just going to be from the narrator.
Yeah, because he's got to explain a lot of fucking Nen powers.
So whoever voicing the narrator, get that paid.
Yep, getting paid while everybody's throwing hands.
Honestly, the Hunter x Hunter narrator sounds like the Mass Effect narrator.
Honestly, I kind of wish they got the JoJo narrator for this.
Oh yeah, that would have been so hyped. But
I don't remember the Mass Effect narrator. What does he sound? He sounds like that.
Just go look up a video of a codex entry.
Oh yeah, you're right. Now I remember it.
oh, I forgot to mention this too. Yopi,
Yeah.
he really got slapped hard with that tail.
Oh yeah, everybody got hit by the king's tail.
Now everyone has been hit by the King Punch.
Except for Komugi.
But the way he just got hit was so funny. He's just like, but my king. My nose. Good episode.
Yeah, I mean, even the most boring of Hunter x Hunter episodes is better than some shows on this block. I mean, it's so good.
Well, speaking of some shows, wait,
let's go do the
let's
Death
get
March.
ready to rumble into Black Clover.
Honestly, I kind of do look forward to not having this like death march at the very end anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I think that might be good for our show.
Yeah.
Our show. Anyway.
Yes.
Black Clover, episode 37, The One with No Magic, is a title that should have been the title of the first episode and not episode 37. In this episode, these villains still suck.
They do.
Generic,
and they
generic.
On the good note, though, Yami is just dunking on all of his comrades.
He is the shining light of this show. He's the only character worth a shit.
He needs his own spin-off, man. I've just watched that.
Just forget everyone else. Give Yami Asta's swords and just let him be the show. Just him running around, styling on dudes, talking shit about people. I'll watch that.
I think that I'm not, again, I think, to be fair to the show, Asta has toned down a little. He's still annoying, but he isn't as bad in these past few episodes.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's also been getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, I mean, he does yell still constantly, but like he's been a little better about being, I guess maybe because he's been more in the background. I don't know.
Yeah.
There are other characters now.
Yeah. But the three Magic Knight leader guys show up, and then they have their fights, and one of them just constantly says "kek kek kek" over and over.
Oh man, I just wanted someone to punch him in the face. Stop. That's like a One Piece laugh taken to like
it's way too far.
It sounds like he's saying kek, like kek kek. I'm like, no.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like that's what I thought of. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm gonna have to ban this guy.
You could ban an anime character now. Great. Yay.
I've grown more powerful.
He's even more powerful than before. But they're just fighting. It's like, okay, whatever. Like, and the captain chick is just like, she went from to, oh Yami, my dear.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, that's
she pretty much was like a badass like leader chick to being secretly in love with Yami and like blushing and oh boy.
Not a good look at all.
She used to be cool, but is now not.
It's not good.
Oh, hey, the captain woman who was like always talking bad about men and is like was saying, "Call me captain." She's secretly in love with.
I don't even think I would have.
Writing.
I wouldn't mind that so much, except for the fact that she like instantly turns demure every time the camera like when everyone else is looking away, and like that's the part that really bothers me. Like she could secretly be in love with Yami and still be a badass, and that'd be fine. Yeah. But the whole I've got to blush and
I mean that's really the thing that doesn't work is that like she's got this character and then she thinks about her crush and it completely undercuts her.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, the other thing worth noting is apparently, I'm saying this now since I know we're stuck with this show for a while.
Don't forget,
the-
you're here forever.
Yeah, the two swords that Asta has apparently belong to someone who I forget. Somebody important had those
The
swords.
master.
The master, yeah. The master.
Some dude.
What if it's the master from like Smash? Just no, the hand.
Master hand.
Master hand is master hand. Oh, that would redeem this show so much. And yeah, Lick tries to self-destruct or something. I don't know. Like
It doesn't work.
yeah, it's like, oh, I'm
No,
gonna blow.
he didn't try to. Apparently, they hit him so hard that he couldn't help himself. It's like his magic was going to boil up inside him, and so he was going to blow up. And then they like all three of those guys like used their magic healing sealing power to prevent it. I watched this episode for real this time. I don't know why, but
That's suspicious.
I don't like it. Don't
Doubt.
get any ideas. I don't like it. I just, for whatever reason,
Doubt.
was paying attention.
And we've been stuck in this cave for like 5 episodes, I think.
Oh,
No,
God.
it's been more like 10.
Yeah, I'm like,
wow.
they've been in that fucking cave for a while.
Apparently, next arc also takes place in a cave.
Fucking tell me it's a different cave.
What?
It's a water cave.
Wow, so this is like a
What else
dungeon.
they got in
crawl.
this world? They got towns and caves. That's it.
At
Forests.
least
like
it's not the same fucking cave.
It's like it's like baby's first RPG or something, like JRPG. Like, oh,
Next arc takes place on Ship Mountain from Dragon Age 2.
yeah, oh man, that'd be even more interesting. The cave. But I
Naruto
digress.
Shippuden.
I didn't watch Naruto, so have fun.
Naruto Shippuden, episode 217, The Infiltrator. I was asleep for most of this episode. Here are the bullet points I got.
Oh god.
Kisame is inside the sword
Oh yeah, Kisame is the sword.
for some reason.
I don't know why.
He's sweating.
Remember this, yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's
Well,
that's really about it.
the other thing I noticed about this episode is that after all this freaking melodrama, they're trying to lighten the mood by having like quote unquote comedy moments.
Yep.
So there's some of that, and the characters kind of bouncing off each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
But yeah, whatever.
All the kids love them some Killer Bee.
Isn't this like the beginning of like a filler arc, or is it like after this?
No, this is.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure this is still canon.
Whole thing with Killer Bee again, Samihara is canon, but I don't know if it leads to
Is it?
something like later.
Is it okay that I hate Killer Bee?
No, I don't like him either.
He kind of grows on you, but when I
I
first
don't know.
saw him, I'm like, wait,
I mean, like, I don't. I
His
guess I
big
don't-
claim to fame is that he shows up and immediately disembowels Sasuke.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason people like him.
I'm
While
gonna take.
rapping.
I want to take back what I said. I don't hate him. I just don't like him that much. Like I just think he just doesn't fit in this show. He's like a character from some hip hop anime that just got inserted into Naruto. I don't get it.
you're fool. I mean, I guess Kishimoto was just watching like there's a rap music video at the time, and just hey,
Like
Yeah.
you know
it's
what?
okay.
Yeah.
In like One Piece, I can expect a character like that to show up because One Piece is this wacky, crazy fantasy world.
Yeah.
But I think we're supposed to take Naruto's world seriously. So why would there be a hip hop artist in it? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it like it. I
Naruto
remember.
does kind of
At,
have kind of. You
I
first.
remember. I remember at the time it happened, everyone was kind of like, "Man, that's a little racist of him." Like the one black guy in the series is a rapper.
Yeah,
Well,
I
I
don't
that's what
get that. I mean, maybe, but I don't
Yeah.
get that. I
Well,
just
not-
he just seems odd. Like he just
Yeah.
like where is he getting? Like
I don't know.
did he invent rap?
What
Like,
are what are the origins of hip hop in the Naruto in the
Yeah.
somewhat feudally Japan, but also they have computers Naruto universe?
Yeah,
it's
like a
such
lot
weird
of-
pull.
and like headsets and like what?
Yeah. Like so much of how Naruto's universe
okay,
works, we
let me
don't
put it this
see.
way: Killer Bee would make a lot more sense in Boruto,
Yeah.
but he doesn't make any sense in this era.
Right. I think part of the problem is, and we could see it, that like you saw the Raikage meeting with the feudal lords and stuff. It's like we've never seen anything outside of the ninja villages.
Yeah.
How am I
like
what? How? Why do the feudal lords even matter?
yeah, like
What
we
could
don't
they
know.
if the villages just set up and said at one point, by the way, we're running things now. What are
Yeah,
you gonna do about it?
exactly.
Who do you
Like
have to stop us?
yeah, it's
Wait,
just
oh wait, you have us.
It's
We're the
just really
ninjas.
poor world
oh
building.
wait. Yeah, no, it's just one of those things that we never explored anything outside of the ninja villages, so it's like what does any of like what's even going on outside
Well,
of them?
wasn't there was that one thing at the very beginning of Naruto where there was like a village of just the bridge people.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, but that was it. And that was like super like feudal Japan,
Yeah, it was
you
like
know.
it's just the bridge. It's like nothing really stand out.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't like building the world or anything. It was
No.
just like this is feudal Japan
I
village and they're
I
building a
actually
bridge
I
and
actually thought that the ninja villages, I thought that was it. Like I
yeah,
didn't really even think that there would be other places
I
that
mean,
weren't
yeah,
ninjas.
right. It's super easy to forget that that's the case
Yeah.
because it's very much the case, but it's just we never see any of that crap. Like that's why when the samurai showed up, it's like, oh, they're going to the country of they're going to the city with all the samurai in it, and everyone's like, oh shit, we're actually going to see more of the world now. Like we're going to see what everyone else is up to. We're going to see like a normal city and all that shit and a whole bunch of world building crap, and then it didn't happen. Everyone was like, oh, well, fuck me.
Well, to
But what
get
about
back on
Sasuke?
track, I'll just say that like I'm not a fan of the Killer Bee character just because he's
Yeah.
so odd and out of place. But like
Hmm.
at least he brings a little levity and he's all right, I guess. But like
Yeah, he's not
outside of
great.
that, like I said, I felt like the episode was just trying to gain back some of the levity that this past arc has sucked completely out of the show.
Yeah, but it's not getting any of it back.
Well, that's because it's not very funny.
Well, yeah, I mean that too.
I still can't believe the "Let's take off Kakashi's mask" episode came out of the show.
Oh god, that was a good one.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Oh, that was some high quality filler, man. Like back
Remember when they
tried.
pulled some footage out of that for Sasuke's like flashback stuff? Like, remember all the fun times we had, Sasuke?
And they had to
Oh,
go to that.
Really? That they
Kakashi-
put a filler in a flashback? Really?
That time
They
where
had
Kakashi
to.
got punched out of the ramen stall by a giant boxing glove.
Oh,
You were complaining in the thread, Grex, that you thought Kakashi looked weird in this episode.
They animated his mouth. Kakashi's mouth is never visible under his mask, but this time it is.
I think they've done that before, but it's like so
Never.
rare. It's like
It has never happened before. I
bothered
cannot
me too,
remember.
like that's why it bothered me. Like whenever I first started watching Naruto, I was like, wait, okay, he's speaking, but I don't see his mouth moving underneath his mask. It's just like
But then for hundreds
Yeah.
and hundreds and hundreds of episodes, it is a static mask. And then suddenly this episode, look at my extremely beautiful lips under this mask.
Maybe those giant lips that show up in that one picture are about to pop out.
That's actually true.
the animator decided to animate his mouth for some reason.
Yep.
Like, oh, we got some extra time. Let's just animate his mouth a little bit.
By the way, how does I know that what's her face is in a coma right now, the Hokage. So
Yeah.
like
Oh, Tsunade.
Kakashi just instantly gets to be the Hokage now.
Well, who the fuck else are they gonna pick?
But
it was
I mean,
gonna be
wait, you can't wait a week for her to
No,
recover.
no,
you kind of can't.
no. She's a woman.
This is
Nah.
This is kind of like the president. Like you can't have. It's like if suddenly everyone was like, "We don't know where the president is."
All right. Can I give you a very brief spoiler for Boruto that shows up in the first episode?
Absolutely.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Kakashi's face is on the wall of Hokage.
So
yeah.
Oops.
Kakashi becomes the real for reals Hokage.
Yeah.
Basically at the very end for a
Right.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He like they basically like okay, like technically, yeah, Naruto and Sasuke fought the big bad, but you're the one that actually did the heavy lifting, so you win. You get to be Hokage.
So
It
they're
basically-
just
it
like
basically
tough
goes-
luck. What's her face?
No, it goes Tsunade, Kakashi, Naruto.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know that, but I mean, like Tsunade's like, was she just getting like, she's getting dissed on here?
They don't know if she's gonna wake up.
Yeah, I mean, that's
So
the
Somebody
thing.
why
needs
isn't
to be
is
the
her face
Hokage.
on the wall? I don't
And
think
like-
it is.
Yeah.
It's
And-
already on the wall.
It already
they-
is. Okay, my
yeah,
bad. My bad.
they put her on there.
It's already on there, yeah.
I
Like,
was
same thing
mistaken. I
happened
thought
with,
that they had put his face in place of hers, and I'm like, what the hell?
No, they're not that cold-blooded.
Okay.
I think a good example actually is Minato, because Minato was the Hokage, then he died.
For like, he was Hokage for like 3 fucking minutes.
Yeah, like 3 minutes, and then
No,
Haruka
he
like
was the
came back.
Hokage for a decent amount of time.
4
They,
fucking
they
minutes.
didn't get a new Hokage; they just brought back Haruzen. So it's like, okay,
Yeah, they're like, all right, we'll bring back number 3. He's still kicking.
And it's weird because he doesn't pull a Grover Cleveland to become the 3rd and 5th Hokage. He just stays the 3rd Hokage, even as like the 5th.
Hokage politics. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, I
Ninja
mean,
Grover Cleveland.
well, I
It's
mean,
not
at the
very
time they
well
couldn't.
thought through.
Well, they couldn't give it to fucking Orochimaru because he's doing like weird experiments on people, like and he's evil,
Don't
obviously.
even get me started on Orochimaru when we get
Like
to Naruto.
like they couldn't give it to Jiraiya because he's probably the guy that should have it, but he don't want it because
Danzo was the freaking Hokage for like a week.
Yeah, oh, they ain't putting his face on the wall.
It takes a long time for.
They should put the Sharingan arm on the wall.
You're telling me
Just
Should be
the
like
arm
5
sticking.
faces and an arm sticking out.
Just the arm sticking out over the village and like the eyeballs are.
And with like,
like, you can
wires
see the
coming
fa-
off,
in the
and he's
village.
like manipulating it like puppets.
Finally,
And you can see the
Shoulder
face on the
is
shoulder.
immortalized in the Rock.
You're telling me like in a world where they can like summon creatures and giant structures and create like anything out of like rock and stuff. It takes them a week to make like a face on a stone, like a mountain.
Well, the
like,
Rock Ninja isn't around. He's off doing something.
like why does it take that long? Just do like some hand jutsus and hit the wall, of some boom, a face comes out. Like why?
I think the reality is that Danzo and Kakashi are kind of like acting Hokage until everyone gets together and is like, okay, Tsunade's still asleep. We're taking an official vote. You're the full Hokage now. For real.
We're never gonna get that
real,
arm. No. I want them to build that and then have like lights in the eyes, light up at night.
See, Kohler, you know what your episode picture must be.
Yes. Anyway, yeah. I don't know.
Naruto. Maybe we'll remember more of it now that it's at 10 o'clock.
Probably not.
And now we move on to One Punch Man. Oh,
No.
it's a rerun.
Anyway, that'll about do it for this episode of the Toonami Escape podcast. Thank you, Imperial Bishop.
Hey, no problem.
Thank you,
Well,
C.
don't
Kohler. Oh, I talked over you. Sorry.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I talk too much anyway.
Thank you, C. Kohler.
No problem.
Thank you, B-Dubs.
No problem.
Thanks for all being here on a different day.
Yeah, because I just had to get around my work schedule. But hey, thank you so much.
We'll see you guys next week for episode 120. See you then.
Oh, shit.
Bye.
Bye bye.